Hold on to your hats, gossip lovers. The latest rumors swirling in the air are all about Porsha Williams and Future. Allegedly, Porsha and Future have gotten engaged on the down low. They haven't announced it publicly yet, but word on the street is they're planning to reveal their engagement soon. People are seriously buzzing about this, calling it a major betrayal to Simon Guobadia. Gossip mill is spinning with talk that Porsha dumped Simon for Future. Is it true? Who knows, but the drama is sizzling hot. Stay tuned, because I'm diving deep into the dating saga of Porsha and bring you all the juicy details. One story you won't want to miss. Porsha Williams and Future might have had a little something going on, y'all. I mean, can y'all believe this messy divorce drama between Porsha and her almost ex-hubby, Simon Guobadia, just got even juicier? Now, Porsha messing around with Future? Honey, that was not on my bingo card. But, like, did she really have a fling with him? Cause why would Simon just throw Future's name out there with no receipts to back up his claim? For real, I thought we'd be done with Simon and Porsha by now, but nah, this divorce saga is getting hotter, with Simon accusing Porsha of straight up ignoring court orders and not turning in the necessary docs in a motion he filed recently. He said, to date, the wife has willfully and intentionally violated this court's February 22nd, 2024 standing order by refusing to turn over her mandatory discovery pursuant to the Fulton County rules. On the other hand, Porsha also demanded that the prenup be enforced and that Simon vacate the $7 million shared mansion, citing the agreement's term that required him to leave the property until the divorce is final. And the judge temporarily awarded her exclusive use of the home. In addition, Porsha finally spilled the tea on why she decided to call it quits on paper, saying that the news reports of Simon's alleged immigration fraud and what appeared to be an imminent threat of deportation was shocking and affected her mental and emotional well-being. She said that none of this information was ever disclosed by Simon to her, despite having previously inquired about his immigration status and criminal history. She also said that once she found out about Simon's shady immigration history and status, she started questioning everything she thought she knew about his character, his immigration, his business dealings, you name it. Sis was uncovering all kinds of dirt that Simon never told her about. She said she ain't trying to be married to no stranger. She even hinted at the same thing on her Instagram. Happy Wednesday. If a person concealed a criminal past and provided fake ID for a green card, is it still a valid green card in the US? Hashtag inquiring minds. A few weeks back, we had Fallon Pena dropping some serious tea, saying that Simon and Porsha had been sneaking around for a whole year before they went public with their romance. And get this, Porsha's ex-fiance, Dennis McKinley, was the one who spilled the beans to her.
Dennis is the one who told me. He was like, he came to me, he apologized.
Now, we've heard a lot of wild stuff, but this one about Future, honey, I did not see that coming. Okay. So, Future's name popped up in Simon's latest demand where he said that Porsha needs to answer 26 questions and she has about a month to pull all of her answers together. Apparently, Simon thinks Porsha hitched herself to him for his cash and might have been sneaking around with other men. Judging by all the questions he threw into them documents, Simon asked about Porsha's relationship with other men, and there was a specific question asking her to explain her relationship with a few people, including journalist Calvin Owusu, one star Dennis McKinley, with whom she shares a daughter, Jonathan Dupaton, Ming Lee, and Future. Some of these names had already come up when Simon previously demanded that Porsha keep all evidence, including all communication she had with Calvin, all messages between her and her sister, Lauren Williams, and all messages between her and Karen McKinney. The notice read, Porsha is further notified that a failure to comply with this notice may result in sanctions for any destruction or failure to preserve any such evidence, including, without limitation, adverse inferences against petitioner at trial sanctions, as well as an award of expenses and attorney fees necessitated by such conduct. At the time, Simon didn't say why he wanted Porsha to save all her text messages, but now we know it's because he thinks she was cheating on him with all those folks. Baby, out of all the names Simon dropped, I gotta say, Porsha and Ming Lee have been tight for years. They've been spotted together all over Atlanta. Matter of fact, Ming's recent birthday message on the gram was real affectionate. She wrote, "Happy birthday at Porsha for real. Thank you for being you. You're a bomb mom, a bomb friend, and one of my favorite people to have random nights of music, dancing, and food. New Orleans." And Porsha responded by saying, I love me some King Ming, thank you. But what I want to know is, did Simon really mean to out Porsha like that? Because why else would he put in his court docs that he suspected Porsha and Ming Lee of having an affair? Anyway, in the filing where Simon was grilling Porsha about the folks she might have hooked up with, he also wanted her to spill the tea on whether she thought their prenup was fair. And one of the other questions in there was, what was your understanding of the reasons why your husband paid you a 5-figure monthly allowance during the marriage? He also wanted to know all the details about her comeback to Real Housewives of Atlanta. And he asked to see her communication with the producers so he could know just how much money she was pulling in. Something else is that Simon told Porsha that she is not allowed to film from their marital residence at all. Apparently, Porsha was awarded possession and sole exclusive use of their marital residence, indicating to her that she'd be free to use the marital residence as she pleases, including for filming and production purposes. But Simon's legal team came back swinging, demanding the court stay silent on the issue of taping in the house, causing issues for our RHOA production. As a result, Porsha said that it was unfair for Simon to prevent her from filming from the residence, arguing that filming her time at home was vital to her ability to sustain her income and employment. She said there was no logical or rational reason why Simon should prevent her from filming activities at their residence. And in addition, Porsha claimed that due to Simon's aggressively litigious behavior, the production company behind RHOA informed her that they would not proceed with filming her for the show. Porsha also laid it out, saying she thinks Simon's trying to keep her from spilling the tea on his private stuff while they're filming. She even said she'd be down to avoid recording in spots that are personal to Simon. But when it comes to that mansion, some folks are still scratching their heads about why Porsha wants to keep the house Simon bought before they even got married. Like, they get Porsha's side, but it's hard to wrap their heads around her claiming ownership of something he had before they tied the knot. Anyway, recently, the drama spilled over on social media again, and it all kicked off when Simon dropped a cryptic post about angels and witches saying, "If I didn't allow witches in my life, my angel would not have to work so hard." I mean, he was clearly trying to imply that Porsha is the witch, and she also took to her stories and simply, "Well said, ED." Porsha then followed that up by straight up suggesting that Simon has erectile dysfunction by sharing a shady Instagram post that included several ways for men to get help for the condition and a screenshot of an article that read, "Things you can do to help with erectile dysfunction. 1. To lose weight if you're overweight. 2. Stop smoking. 3. Eat a healthy diet. 4. Exercise daily. 5. Try to reduce stress and anxiety." Porsha also highlighted what a man feels when he has ED, and according to another article, they tend to feel anger, frustration, sadness, or lack confidence. After the IG story post expired, Porsha continued to post about the dysfunction when she shared a selfie wearing a cowboy hat with the caption, "ED #outlaw." Let's just say that the post did not sit well with Simon, who fired back at Porsha, and he accused her of using claims of erectile dysfunction as the next to narrative. He also wrote in the caption suggesting he would sue Porsha. There are consequences for making inflammatory and defamatory statements. Get your coins together. You're going to need every dime to defend what's coming. A woman that has a history of coming for the manhood of every ex, peddling same old narrative and tricks. Unfortunately, you met the right one. He also captioned another one of his posts. "ED has never felt this good. Let me take my ED self around the world as a single man with no ducks in tow. Honey, at this point, we can just brace ourselves for the drama to get even messier. I'm on the edge of my seat waiting to see how Porsha is going to handle all these affair rumors, especially the one with Future." But as for Future, he's busy gearing up for his tour with Metro Boomin and probably ain't losing any sleep over this whole mess. In fact, Insiders close to Porsha say she doesn't even know Future, so it's gonna be a tough sell in court to prove that she's got no ties to him. Either way, we'll have to wait and see if Porsha has more to say about this and if Simon will be satisfied with her explanation. But until then, let me know what you think about Simon's claim that Porsha was fooling around with Future. Do you think there's any truth to it, or is it just more drama? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.